like my OCDs, my ADHD. I'm like, I gotta hit the button. There are people waiting on me. So I'm gonna let this build up a little bit. Everybody, it's not gonna be a long live stream tonight. But if you're in there right now, share this, tell people on your social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, LinkedIn, whatever it may be. If you're in right now, give me a liking. What up, Philip Anthony first? So, I posted this picture on my stories. A really good friend of mine, gave me this. I posted this, and I keep this whenever I record content. I actually have this propped up right there against my little tripod. Hold on. Because it has a little bit of, what up, Kenneth? Has some meaning, especially, if you've been listening to me, you know what dumbass shit that I tried to do at the end of 2019. And this piece of artwork that somebody created for me, a very good friend, says the world's a better place with you in it. I don't know. It's like having it there. It inspires me, makes me feel good, it puts me in a good mood because, things have not been the best for me right now. It really, really sucks, because if I was still on the mood stabilizing drugs, I'd be able to handle this stuff a little bit better. I really could. But I actually like being off of those drugs. Well, for one, they killed my libido. I'm gonna give you an update on Pops really, really soon. But I'm going through a lot right now. And yes, it sucks. It fucking sucks. This has been a really, really bad week for me. And that's why I like keeping this little piece of artwork. Here, I'll show it to you again if you're in here new. I keep that propped up, and it makes me smile. I know it sounds really, really dumb, but I just keep it there. So, give you an update on my dad. Monday, he went into the hospital because he was having some internal bleeding. My mom took him out there. I really didn't think it was that big of a deal. I had a lot of stuff to do. I worked around the house, helping out. Things needed to be done. And I went the next day. And I knew something was wrong as soon as I walked into the room. I mean, because we all know our parents better than anybody else. And I could tell it was like, something's wrong. Something is wrong. I mean, he's just not there. Something is not right. I don't know what it is. Today was a better day. Before I get into what I'm about to talk about, like what did you guys think? See, because last night when I did the interview with the DNA sleuth, Christina Bryan Fitzgibbons, what did you guys think about that? I would like to get your feedback. If you don't want to say something in the chat room, you don't have to. You can email me, tuddle@gmail.com. That's Tuddle with 2 Ds, TUDDLE @gmail.com. Or you can leave me a voicemail, 407-273-3044. Yeah, because I could not read the chat. I got to tell you, holy crap. Isn't Christina like hot? That will relate to something that I'm going to talk about later on. But man, she is just gorgeous, smart, good at what she does. Like, I mean, and I'm going to share some of the pictures because she sent me the folder. If you were listening to yesterday's interview that I did on the live stream, she talked about my what about great 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 grandfather fought in the 10th Infantry for the Confederate Army. Now, listen, I can't help what my ancestors did. You know, that was a really, really weird time. But she actually sent me pictures of Moses Fowler. It's him holding his like single fire gun with the bayonet on the end of it. She actually sent me the papers, his enlistment papers that he signed. He enlisted in Fernandina Beach, Florida, to go fight for the Confederate Army. And then on my mom's side, Poppy Duflon. I swear to God, that might be one of the coolest ass names in the world, Poppy Duflon. What up, Cornelian? But today was a good day because my dad's brother, my uncle, came down to visit him, and I was able to go through all of that material. And I got to tell you what, you know how I said my dad was not like paying attention to stuff? He was completely into it, and he knew like when I was like bringing up, you know, certain names from the Fowler side, and it was really really cool, and it was something nice. It was something familiar that he could connect with. And I really really cannot thank Christina enough for doing that the last minute, because we weren't even supposed to do that interview until next week. But I wanted to do something. You know, you don't know what's going to happen. And it was great. It was really really cool. And it was able to help my dad out. It really really did. So thank you. Follow her on Twitter at DNA Sleuth, or go to her website, dnasleuth.com. I'm going to be a guest on her show, her podcast coming up. So that would be great. One of the things that I wanted to get into, and I got to be careful because it's going to be on tomorrow's podcast. I did an exclusive podcast today. I did an interview with a guy from Liverpool that is a big Beatles fan. See, Cornelian, that's going to kind of relate to what I'm about to talk about. But I did the interview with the guy from Liverpool that wrote some books about the Beatles. Very, very interesting interview. And then I had Sirach on. We recorded 2 segments. And one of the things that we talked about, and listen, I'm not talking about anybody at all, but I had this thought today. You know, a lot of people probably think that I'm a sociopath or I'm heartless. Trust me, I don't think the volume sounds low. I mean, do you want me to project more? Is that fine? Is anybody else? I mean, nobody else has complained about the volume. But what I'm trying to say is that when I'm in front of my mom and my dad and family members, I don't show any emotions. Now, old me that was an alcoholic, old me that was on the psychotropic meds and stuff, yeah, I would lose my shit in front of them. But I also think it's my job to be strong, because my mom's going through them. She's going through her issues. But what I'm trying to say is what I thought about, okay? Now, I'm going to like insulate myself. I'm going to cover my ass, okay? Women get treated unfairly. Women get sexually harassed. Women get sexually assaulted. Women have to go through a lot of stuff that guys don't have to go through. The Me Too movement. I'm not downgrading the Me Too movement. It's something that needed to be done. But are we going too far to one side? Because think about this, guys. And I'm not women hating. I'm not being a woman hater at all. But when did it become to the point where everybody feels like fuck men's feelings? Like seriously. Like guys have to, tiptoe around things because there's certain things you can't say. Guys cannot show emotion. They can't be sad. They can't be depressed because they get called pussies. And I would like to hear from you. Am I off basis by this? Because it really has gotten to a point where, oh yeah, I just have fun too, but like for real, like seriously. And I'm not one of those radio hosts. If I'm off basis by saying this, let me know. Tell me if I'm wrong because it kind of has gotten to this point. It really has. I know guys have, have all the advantages. They get a lot more advantages than women. It's gotten better. It really, really has. But I'm being honest though. Does the other sex really like care about how guys are feeling? If you show any weakness at all, you're considered less of a man. I don't know, and I guess I must be off basis because I'm getting 0.0 on all this stuff, but it is true though. Like seriously, like you can't. Guys are afraid to compliment women. Guys are afraid to be too nice because if you're too nice, you have ulterior motives. And it's like, fuck your feelings. It's like, fuck you, you're a dude, suck it up. I don't know. Like I said, I understand women have it tough. They do. But are we going so far to one side where it's like, guys, they don't matter? Like I said, I could be way off basis on this. It was just a thought that I had. And if you think I'm wrong, listen, one of my favorite things in life is to have my opinion changed. I love for somebody to give me their point of view and change my mind. But it was just a thought that I had. It really is. And it's also a regional thing, especially being a Southern man growing up in the South. You don't get to have bad days. You don't get to show your emotions. You don't get to have a bad day. It's like you just have to suck it up, bottle it in, and go about your day. I've talked about this before. People want to talk about gun issues, gun laws and all that stuff. No, you're never going to be able to get rid of all that stuff. You have to pay attention to mental illness. Mental illness is what is leading to this stuff. For you to be able to go into a place and do a mass shooting. See, that's the other thing. I'm so uncomfortable even just talking about this. Because with my past, I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, "Oh no, Tuddle's going off the deep end again." No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm being real. I'm being in touch with my feelings. I'm talking about my thoughts of what I have going on. And it just seems like hashtag fuck guys feelings. I'm probably just going to move along because nobody is even touching this. So I guess I'm once again I can't have that opinion because now I'm most likely going to get labeled as a sexist or a misogynistic type person. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. It is. Like, I am so respectful to everybody. But guess what? When you're the nice guy, you get shit on. You get shit on, and nobody gives a fuck. They don't consider what's going on in your life because you're a man and you are supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be the protector. You're supposed to be the provider. You don't get to have bad days. And if you wanna comment, and like I said, if you don't want to comment in the chat room, I'd like to hear from you. You can email me. No, 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 no. It's definitely not about the girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend. I haven't had a girlfriend in a really long time. So I will stop you right there. This has nothing to do with anybody at all. It was just a thought that I had because I had to be strong. I had to be that rock, and it's eating me up inside. Trust me. You guys know how it feels to walk in one day? No, it's not. It isn't. Not at all. It is not at all about that. So, matter of fact, see, that's see, you kind of proved my point right there, Cornelius. You really did. Because now all of you guys are jumping to conclusions because I'm talking about what's going on in my life. And now everybody thinks that I'm talking about somebody that I'm friends with. So thank you, Orleans. You kind of hammered home my point. You really, really did. Because it is. Just because now that I'm talking about this, everybody thinks, oh, Tuddle got burned. Tuddle got burned by a woman. No, that's not the case. Everything is very, very cool with that person. So let's kind of nip that in the bud right there. But you really did. You kind of proved my point on the whole situation. Guys cannot express what is going on in their life because everybody automatically labels him as a woman hater or a sexist, misogynistic asshole. And I can't even speak freely because everybody thinks, oh, Tuddle got spurned. Tuddle got burned by a woman, and this is why he's talking about it. No, see, I was even hesitant to even talk about this. And I'm gonna stop talking about it. If you guys want to hear everything, you can listen to tomorrow's Tuddle Daily podcast. It'll be available tonight at midnight. It will be. And that's about it. You know what? I've had a long day. I've been at the hospital all day. I've been working my other job thanks to my producer, Vulture. You know, I really cannot thank Vulture enough for everything he does for me. You know, I talked to him before I went on the live stream, and he was like, "Hey, man, I apologize. I haven't been available lately." And I think I can say this. I really can. Vulture is serving our country. Vulture is a military guy. And he's fulfilling his duties and protecting the country right now, or helping protect the country. And he apologized for that. And I was like, dude, fuck that. I'm a pussy compared to you. You are protecting us. You're protecting our freedoms. So what I'm trying to say is, like, he has nothing to apologize about. Matter of fact, you know what? Do your thing, man. I'm still going to be here when you get back. I mean, he's become a very, very close friend of mine. He has helped me out tremendously. He has allowed me to be able to concentrate on the content that I'm doing every single day here. Like, all the behind the scenes stuff, he handles for me. So I get to concentrate on that stuff. Thank you, Jason Martin. If you guys get a chance, I tell you guys, I'm getting closer and closer to that magic number of 4,000 viewing hours in a calendar year. Then we can start super chatting. You guys, I don't have to give out my paypal.me/Tuddle on the radio info for you guys to be able to donate. You can do it while you're watching the stream. Because everybody's been on my ass. Everybody's like, well, you could do so much better. You can make more money if you're on Twitch. Nah, I've seen what has happened to Twitch. I see how easily people get banned on Twitch, which is shocking in my opinion. You would think a company like Google, which owns YouTube, would be a lot more stricter, but they're not. They're really not. So if you get a chance, if you don't want to donate, paypal.me/Tuddle on the radio, you can ask anybody that donates. Guess what? I write every single person back. I do. But soon, you won't have to worry about that. And soon, if you don't want to donate, I know a lot of people are going through hard times. I know a lot of people have been unemployed. People are struggling. And if you don't want to donate, you know what? I would rather you just tell everybody at least one person, tell them about the content that I'm putting out. The Tuddle Daily Podcast, the audio version, and my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tuddle. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. Got a lot of stuff I got to do. Got to get up early in the morning. But I love every single one of you guys, and I cannot thank you enough. Hope you have a good night. Don't forget, the new show will be up tonight at midnight, and it's a really, really good one. Hope you guys love you. Bye.